up for what could be a fantastic series. We've got fireworks in store, no doubt. And I want everybody to draw their attention to the Monacy interview when he said, Chad, he doesn't feel pressure on the big stage or in the big games, but it's never been bigger than this.
We're about to find out. Two out top mid here, Molly out of the window. Smoke towards Cat, taking a bit of space. Bomb is currently over towards B right now. It's all a bit of a ruse in mid.
3 players, though. 3 players stacked up inside.
Coming through.
Floater in the market, but oh, Buster. I love that he lets it go quietly.
4 CTs here.
Yes, there is. Big stack up. And Jax, he's the only player to get something going. Kicker. Oh, buys his time.
Oh,
drops the ball, and G2 gonna come in with a man advantage. Hunter can't finish James, so there's still a little life. We've got nerves, baby. You can feel them, but you can also feel a Nico headshot from across the world. And that's gonna push this onto you, Kinder. Now, he has been that fire for Virtus.pro, and to win a 1v2 in Pistol, what a great way to kick off map 1. He does it, drops Jax at the very least, but it's Nico on the other end, and Nico is the consistency.
All right, that's what we're looking for here. Kicked it off in style. First bullet, first kill coming out of Buster's pistol there, but Fluff and the Lions kick it on the boost. He was meant to be the safety net in that scenario. You mentioned nerves. We're going to be feeling a little bit of those here, but momentum on big stages. Arena Counter-Strike, it plays different. So let's see as we buckle up for round number 2. The force fight out from VP here. Scout in the hands of James. Pistols out for the rest. Couple of MAC-10s, a Galil and an AK-47, but Nico there, he's hopefully looking to go on more like that within this series. Top mid from Monacy and Alexi again. Nico joining the party this time round. Been able to garner this mid control with ease.
Just gonna hold it, just gonna sit back. Notable, of course, the vent's not broken. Or maybe James just popped that open. Yeah, he's through it now, okay. Smokes over the top, underpass, looking to join these players towards the top of mid, but Hunter dodges that utility. Still smokes to go around for Virtus.pro, no doubt.
It's 4 players from the CT side looking to clamp down on mid, but actually James started to rotate away. This is posturing aggressively again, but Short seems to where the action's going to go down.
A flash for what was meant to be Buster yet again. Good call, but Buster activates, shots to the back, and he can't manage kills. A double from Monacy, and James Scout now primed nicely. There's only 2 players left. G2 walking into what was that booby trap set on the catwalk. Alexi's gonna try to bring it back. Can Nico be the difference in back-to-back rounds?
James pinned here, coming in from both angles right now.
He's hunting, he's scouring, and at the very least, he's got that bomb. 40 seconds, and the flank connects from Alexi. Looks like Nico's got a right-hand man.
Yeah, well handled there. Right, this is the impact that you want to see from Nico, closing down these pressure situations early. If he's able to convert more like that when they're trading quite efficiently on what was a scrappy-looking force by going to bail them out of big situations. That should be 3 now, right? At this point, we will see the pistol just come out for VP, take a bit of a breath, and slow this one through. It's a round where G2 are hoping to build a buffer as well. Investing into a couple more AK-47s off the break. And so far, just the 2 rounds, it's been similar scenes, right? Monacy and that of Alexi towards top mid, grabbing the control. This time round, it will just be the young gun. This kid is quick, and well, apparently doesn't have smokes either. Monacy there, onto Kicker, opening up the account around number 3.
Yeah, that's when you just feel the game. Oh, and another quick headshot. Now
we mentioned pressure. I think we mentioned pressure. I know it's against the ecos, but that is going to help with any of those worries.
Gets the chip off the shoulder.
Wait till he gets the AWP out.
Oh man, I can't wait. Because I mean, we have already this like proven entity in Bit, right? Think of his first LAN event. We said that was supposed to be the pressure that would crack him because it's always been the narrative that the young players, the unproven LAN players are supposed to show weakness under pressure. But now we get the other end of that. These kids, Chad, they're not made of what we were.
A different breed, definitely so. 3 players here, just on the other side of the connector smoke. We'll start to dissipate momentarily. Hunter, it'd be good to take a couple here.
And just the one. Monacy gonna rack up a 3rd kill here with his AK. Why not make it a 4th? Start padding those stats early on.
That's great for him, right? That is fantastic news for the kid out the break here. If he can just pad like that early, it's going to build his confidence. Yeah. Nico saying if they catch fire, nobody can stop them here. So this is a great way to kick off their map choice. But we're getting into the buy round now. The big guns are coming out. Big green for James on one side. The same into the hands of Monacy for the attack. Jax looks like he's going to be holding on to this MAC-10 here. Keep an eye if they want to have this one a little bit quicker, a little bit spicier. Top mid util window, smoke landing as expected. Molly from James lined up to dissuade any early space taken. Looking a bit like a default spread here. Standard play from G2.
Nothing too crazy out the gate. We wait. Little peek from Buster off at the ladder room. But nobody behind those boxes, so curious to see how long Hunter has to wait. With a Molotov, he'll be forced to just sit back, buy time. Again, we get this multiple CT peek into middle, looking for that fight, looking for that opening, and they're not gonna be able to find it there because it's G2 postured elsewhere.
It's basically 4 CTs again, even Kickett's here. They all want to fight towards middle. Contact taken.
Flash with it. An attempt there to set up Hunter for his first. Oh, m0NESY, that is a sign of things to come, but he does take damage. So we've got to remember that the CT is looking favored at the minute mark. They're gonna go to the top of middle. They're gonna clear that portion of the map. Now we do still have that one flank that could come late in the form of Alexi B, but otherwise, Jax pushes this one beyond the staircase.
m0NESY's gonna get caught off guard here. T-spawn knife out, that's him gone. It's on Alexi, he has to get here to help the party.
And Jax with the MAC-10, I mean, that's such a limitation. The time isn't, at the very least, so you're dead on. Flank could be just so essential. But James gonna hold.
No one's looking. They're not looking his way.
Oh, wow, he picks that up with just the SMG, but there's James, activates and knows that mid is under pressure, so sure enough, Window's gotta be hot in his mind, and Alexi just buys time, confirming that he's here. He can barely take any more damage though, Alexi, and he can barely take any more time. Down to the final 10 seconds at this point. Jamie's got his number, really. Alexi, a desperate attempt, shut down, and we've got VP on the scoreboard early.
The one for them to pick up there. That one had to fight tooth and nail for that. There was a couple of moments it could have fallen apart, but time, as you highlighted there, seemed to be the biggest issue. A bit of a bonus round. The issue there is the fact that m0NESY, with that AWP, he invested a lot. So they're scrapped for cash as far as his bank balance is concerned. The rest will be able to buy into the AKs. But I've seen him do some dirty things on the dig already. A timeout called for VP off the bat here. So as I mentioned, they lost a lot of guns. They have to talk through this buy. Who's going to drop what is the low purchase going to be? Right now, Yakinda doesn't have a gun in his hands. So this is going to be a curious round, actually quite a telling round. If G2 can pick this up, they'll put VP down into the doldrums. It's good to see you're awake today, katowise.
Yeah, it feels a little too early for a pause, doesn't it?
Well, here we go. m0NESY will get into this deagle. And it's going to be a MP9 as the emission in the hands of Kickett. So, oh, he's actually handing that over to Yakinda. Let's wait and see how aggressive this gets. It might want to take some space with this. We know that Yakinda loves to get stuck into the business. But important rounds here for both sides. A real opportunity for G2 to start spreading their legs.
Incendiary to slow this. Nico still looking for the fight though. And Yakinda, oh, he's gonna want to take it. Oh, I love that little drive-by MP9, a double up with bomb and a third. That is an instantaneous shutdown of the A site from VP.
This is how Alexi likes to call, right? Early he does the defaults and he does these contact plays, and well, they've just been stifled straight away here. This round, we still have a minute 30 remaining on the clock, and it's a 2-on-5 situation. Damage has to be name of the game for Jax and Alexi now.
Gotta recover something. And we saw that little bit of spice from these exact two players just in the previous round. A 2v4 turned 2v2 for only just the moment. But this one's gonna be way harder. Bomb's still just deep in the doldrums of that A ramp, and there's nobody here for G2 to even go collect it, so it needed to be kills, and even that'll be taken away from them. Jax, the only piece left over, finds a bit of contact towards Catwalk, knows that he's surrounded, so keep your head on a swivel, drop those grenades, try to create an opening.
This would be great for VP to keep a clean sheet on this one. They can start working on that CT side bank balance. This is the thing, right? G2, they played this map 3 times within this tournament already. They've only won it once. It's so strange to see them picking it here. It's obviously something they want to identify as a weakness, but right now, their T side looking a little bit weak. That's 2 rounds in a row. They've been blanked on out here. The clean sheet, the bank balance building, and now it should be G2 with an eco of their own. This is a chance for VP to equalize in quite the fashion. It's the gun rounds where the concern's going to come in. Right? This is where the big question marks are going to be, because commentating some of the matches so far throughout the tournament, it was Nico, go run middle and kill, right? And that cannot be something they can replicate time and time again, even with Nico in this form. It's not going to be easy. Here we go. It will just be a couple of Glocks and 2 P250s. What damage can they do? 4 players congregating over towards the second letter of the alphabet, and Alexi's going to join the party here as well. Now on these type of rounds, they can be a little bit slow, but baiting out that utility, right? Making sure that the CTs stay honest as far as their expenditure into the next. Still haven't come up with a catchy name for that. I'm sure you and Wanders have probably got something nice for that term.
Yeah, sorry, me and who?
Oh.
Grenades to the bottom of mid. They're gonna get caught, man. They are just stuck in the meat grinder that is underpass.
This is where it's like back and forth, right? You go test one area, you maybe take a bit of contact, they drop some extra nades. Oh, actually, never mind. They want to be thrust forward. Buster, you're going to be loving your life, I think.
Yeah, nice comfortable perch here for him. 3 players just down beneath. Gonna confirm it with bombs, so this one just pretty quick, but nice and easy. Buster racking them up.
2 consecutive rounds now without a death, right? In terms of great rounds, that is better than you'll see, right? So this is really good stuff. They've been able to start building a bit of a bank balance here. Buster with over 5K. The same can be said for quite a few members. James going to get the residual orbs. He might not have to save as much now in the next few. We love a bit of James time. The buys are coming out, and m0NESY does not have enough to afford an AWP, so they cannot trust his big green to find them an opening. How they want to operate this time around. Nico over towards A. Same look again. Very default spread. Hunter and Jax leaning towards B. The top mid smoke. The molly towards connector. This is all very standard Mirage play so far.
Just keeping it clean, keeping it textbook. Doesn't feel like that, necessary stadium jitters. The fast clash that we saw from VP towards A ramp. Really the only, I feel like, burst of aggression early.
They're not afraid, though. Look at the space that's being taken back. Sure, you come, you posture, you take that space, you throw your utility, but we'll take it right back.
m0NESY's holding this. Now, he can't go too far, or else he's going to walk right into the scope of James. At a moment's notice, there could also be a flash for Flit. Oh, Flit does turn, drops m0NESY, and James missing his op shot from connector. Hunter wants to come forward, but it's Buster from that exact same perch of the anti-eco previously that will still cut down the underpass play. Feels to me like underpass has been shut out on multiple rounds.
Yeah, that's a key position right now. Mid in general, right? The fact that they're willing to retake after being pushed back. So you can see that VP are not afraid of this environment. And what, 3-on-4 situation, 45 seconds left on the clock. A smoke and a flash. Best of luck, G2.
Just this separate entity towards mid, and Jax feels like he needs to just buy his time ever so slightly.
Oh, I hate this.
It's not quick, it's not clean, and as long as Yikinder can just hold his nerve and hit his shot, that rotation around from James as well, it's a good op support. Good trade for the first, but again, mid control has been this consistency for VP. Nice little bounce off of the side of the arch. Nico trying to create his space. He's got 15 seconds to pull off this 1v3 to prove to us that he is starting this playoff stage with lights out performance. 8 seconds left over here. He's gonna go for that bomb tap, but as he fumbles with the bomb, Buster attacks from the back. They had him swarmed, and virtus.pro, this is looking so smooth on a CT side early on.
Yeah, this is great. This is great. 4 consecutive rounds right now. The fact that it's only pistol and conversion's gone G2's way, they need to get a gun round in pretty early, right? If they can get themselves 5 or 6 rounds within this T side, we see them swap over to CT. Look, they can do the same that we're seeing VP do here, but we will be straight into a timeout, and this is the desk highlighted that we heard from Hunter in the interview as well. X-Taz, he ain't here, right? He ain't here. He's not able to be behind the squad right now and offer some ideas to Alexi and Co. So they're going to have to do this with Council. They're going to have to do this with Nico, Alexi chipping in, see what kind of ideas they can come up with. The cash, not great. A half buy, definitely possible. Max loss bonus into the next round of play. So this should be another lighter scenario here. Another likely conversion for VP. m0NESY's lining up this insta-window smoke. There's another smoke in the hands of Nico as well. I would like to see a little bit more pace to take the fight, right? Make it punchy.
Yeah.
Because so far it's just been standard play, and VP seems to have their lion's share of members ready for these mid-attacks. See if you can catch them off guard here.
Feels to me like that's the kind of Counter-Strike virtus.pro would love to play out of the gate. Forward to the top of middle.
Setting up a run boost.
All right, see if we can offset crosshairs. James wastes no time excavating information from underpass. So it's gonna be Hunter catapulted to the other side of mid. Buster's gonna come back at him for second servings, drops him. Long range spray for Jax's head, and flip in from connector as well. So another round that just ultimately falls flat until m0NESY gives us a little action, a little pizzazz from the top of mid.
A few more of those, but the 2 players alive right now could deliver. Smoke fading, Nico's gone, and now it's just the young gun.
Good damage, but just confirming that he's here. Misses the chance to shut down kicker, and sure enough, James Opp will get that difference. So this is a 5-round winning streak from G2. No bomb plant within those 5 from G2. virtus.pro, they're just flying away.
Bomb plan is key, right? The fact that they're not getting that down, it's going to be more important now. Max loss bonus, they need to make sure they continue to plan. That way we can see them continuing on the buy rounds, keep purchasing on through, stay as threatening as humanly possible. But a key note is m0NESY is back into the AWP, so let's see if that can be a difference maker. Top mid util lined up from Jax here, but same again at VP. They are a hard nut to crack in middle. Posting m0NESY up over towards A ramp, nobody home. standard utility over towards mid to dissuade the T's, but a little bit of a different look here. They're just peering straight back towards B. Looks like they want to get a little bit of quickness in this one.
virtus.pro pull back from that front line as well. Just Jame on the op. Kicker tucked on catwalk. Has close contact with Buster as well, so we could definitely see this rapid rotation from virtus.pro if needed. Feels like a bit of a ruse, Chad. We get this movement back towards top mid.
It looks like a B split, but look at the timing of this Yuto. It's giving Buster a one-way to use here and exploit.
It's not going to be an easy fight. He has been a solid hold on catwalk, but this time Hunter bests him. We've got 3 players towards the base of mid. This has been such a pain point for G2 so far. Kicker going to take the place of his fallen comrade, almost peeking
He's open.
in.
B is open for business. Jame rotated away.
Wide open. They've just got to gun this one all the way up catwalk, and as they clear those corners, they will find that it has been cleared by VP's choosing. They are nowhere to be found here. Finally, a little bit of success from G2. How does it happen? It looks like Buster, to me, was confident and calm, but as he peeks outwards, he gets smacked back by Hunter. And the cover there, m0NESY shooting through his teammates and finding Kicker's head.
Yeah, they're keeping it simple, right? Just if you win the fight to the middle, you can convert the round, and that goes both ways at this juncture of the game here. Now, yeah, there we go. Get those Jame time little chants started. I think we all know what happens in scenarios like this when VP are in the server. But keeping 5 alive on the G2 side, that's a clean round for them, and good to see them bounce back here, breaking that streak of 5.
Yeah, just getting something in, right? I feel like this one, we're just racking up numbers at this point, because it's not as though VP have bottomed out their cash. I mean, they still have so much money on top of the 3 players being saved. This is just, albeit, you know, a couple entries go with G2's way towards middle, but this is also a round where virtus.pro kind of peeled back from that hyper-aggression in mid, and I think maybe just because of the timing. G2 in apartments early, it didn't seem like it was there, and the retreat, well, a treat for G2.
It actually looked exactly like the right call because Jame was in market and I thought they were going to go for a B finish right there. So the fact they brute forced through middle changed the tune of the round and got G2 back on the board. But here's m0NESY overseeing business.
This shot right here, look how he just... 2 teammates. Makes sure he doesn't blast one of them away.
As you mentioned, plenty of cash here. We're going to stay with VP glued towards middle. AWP and Jame heading back towards B, so a similar read as previous. Flash out top mid. That smoke in play, very heavy B lean from the T's right now. Nobody over towards the A side of things whatsoever. This is fast from Hunter, very fast, noisy about this.
Question of Kicker, you know, does he want to come peeking downwards? Ooh, Jame, he shaves Alexi off the execute. Lots of bodies. Trying to pressure Jame on this B site. The catwalk player is easily able to come over towards Arch. Check out this rotate double in through market, and Nico just dropped like a fly, splattered on the back of the apps. His teammates are gone. And yes, we have G2 with control in mid, but I mean, that just fell so flat.
Yeah, this is a big problem, right? Opening kill, and not only that, they used all of their utility to try and get in towards that B bomb site. Now it's just a flash and a Molotov to work with. You're gonna have to do this with bullets, and well, at least m0NESY's parked himself up here in middle.
This is his chance. He needs that entry. Oh, but he misses Yakinder's elbow. m0NESY tries to crack that whip. Instead, it's him with a dented helmet. 11 HP on the Opper here to try and give cover to Hunter and Jax. But I mean, every step that they move forward, they're just being pressured by players and utility. And if only now G2 had tried their hand at B. We've got VP with the appropriate lean. Yakinder going to be standing in the open. That's pressure applied, but still, Jack's dead. Yakinder, beauty of a 3-piece. Every single step of the way, he shut them down through con.
If that Yakinder starts showing it right and we're getting that round after round, you have a real problem on the G2 side of things. Desk was talking about it. Obviously, these upgrades in firepower over the years, Yakinder being one of them, Flip being the most recent. But then you have Jame on the team, right? And this guy, for a lot of you, is a bit of a meme, but he is no joke. The Desk was talking about his AWP impact, his AWP rating. Here's the impact, right? You're getting it right there. Opening kills that basically shut out an entire round. That's exactly what you need to see. Well, the buys are back, and one more time again. This lean towards mid. Shot through. See you later, Jame. Beautiful opening again.
Oh, dude, and then they double up on top of it. Held triple kill towards middle.
Being brutalized.
I mean, G2 can't even find footing. They can't even find space to breathe. Every time they try to go for this mid play, barring that one moment, that one time Buster tries to use the one-way smoke. If virtus.pro are in middle, then G2 are dead. That has been the consistency so far across this first 10 rounds.
Yeah, these gun rounds have been extremely flat. Just one to their name so far, G2, and now it is just the cousins. And, well, they've lost almost complete map territory, pinned exactly where their doom has been time and time again. Mid is their coffin, but Hunter trying to barrel them out. Nico with one. This is a matter of time. Look at Kickett's position.
Again, these consistencies and flanks. We've seen Buster attack from the back multiple times. Monacy was caught in spawn. Nico, last time he's in a 1v3, dies out to the ramp flank as well. So seems to me like virtus.pro very unafraid to make these mid-round pushes. Feels like once they've got their teeth into G2, they know how much they can chomp down on. And sure enough, Kicker arrives in time to kill Nico. This is one round, barring the first 3 from G2. And of all the 7 rounds from virtus.pro, we are talking 0 bomb plants.
This is just, I understand, right, why you would want to go to a map like this. Here's smoke vision for everybody at home. Just the timing there on James, you know, they're going to be taking the space behind the smoke. And then the rest of the kills keep coming. You can see actually a bit of a team flash there onto 2 players, which is, well, slightly unfortunate, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And they've been able to buy back in with an AK and some light util. Next round could be a gun round as well, right? Next round they can purchase again. There's no dramas as far as the loss bonus goes. But this is starting to look bleak. They haven't done any conditioning. They can't consistently get mid control. Actually, they can't get mid control at all. So G2, in terms of game plan, have a couple of problems. They need an individual to crack open rounds and really start working on this bank balance. VP, multiple members with over 10K right now. They are sitting pretty.
There's this consistency that we're seeing through the virtus.pro players, which is, I think, a tale that brings us into this matchup, right? Yeah. This is a team without a star. This is a team without a ridiculously high rating, in contrast to Nico coming into this series, 1.50 rating. Just ridiculousness. And yet, he gets countered out by this sheer team play of virtus.pro. No matter where G2 have attempted to take this gunfight, they've lost every step of the way.
Remember, Nico had to have impact earlier, had to close out that pistol round against Yakinda. When they got a bit scrappy against the Force Fire, he had some impactful kills as well. They've lost another opening here. Yeah, this is not going their way in opening duels whatsoever.
Oh,
they're just dominoes right now.
Gets turned on. James, he's going to snap Jax back from the push through apps and look for an additional one. Nico just toying with the doorway. Tim and Monacy, all that's left over. And again, CT's just not missing shots on an individual level. VP are sharp, but Monacy gonna give us a little taste of something. However, way too little, way too late.
The glimmers of hope right now. VP, when they played against Heroic in that matchup to either get them into the semifinal or the quarterfinal where we can't see them, they got absolutely destroyed by Heroic, 16-5. Right, they only managed 5 rounds on their CT half. Well, they've already done better than that here early. So this is a great little start for them. But we're talking about opening kills, 9-3 in favor of VP. And multi-kills, 13-5 in favor of VP. So they are currently just mopping the floor with G2.
Sometimes the stats don't lie. Right now, everything's skewered to the virtus.pro side, but again, they're gonna try their hand towards middle. I mean, how many times are you just gonna bash your head against this brick wall that is the VP defense? At the very least, Alexi's able to get some posturing towards chair, but at a member down already, again, G2 have given us no reason to believe that these mid-round moments will be turned upside down to their favor.
Look at this, they have space, but it doesn't count for anything here. Flip's not afraid to re-aggress. Yakinda's here bodyguarding, making sure nothing's in the smoke. Alexi's basically on his lonesome. Yeah, Monacy can come and help, but they're worried about a B push. So there's so many problems. Flanks, they can't get mid-control. They're being bullied.
Flit's gonna activate mid. That's at least something here for Alexi. A little patience as we're now nearing that minute mark. Honestly, maybe gonna try to get him out of here because we do still have this challenge in from Catwalk. Nice grenade to at least get something back from Alexi B and not offer up another CT death. But now what? You've left yourself 45 seconds to work with. Minimal utility as well for G2. Double molly, double flash. And Alexi B still so committed to this cubby. In fact, Hunter, he's gonna give up the control towards that B site, and it's gonna be this all-in through mid with an attempted split. Feels like VP are reading it. Buster trying to find his timing, does so alongside Kicker. Monacy gonna attempt to be the difference. He's waiting for Nico to activate, and that's a clean headshot from Yakinder, or rather into him. Monacy trying to run inwards, and yes, he's got it. A little bit of life here from Monacy. 13th kill on the scoreboard. James still in a position to shut this down, to keep VP with the commanding lead. He saw that cross. Shoots a bullet through it, peeks out wide, finishes Monacy, and there's Nico to clean up. And who would have expected Monacy to be the player through middle, to do everything he did just so Nico could close? If anything, I'd expect those roles to be reversed. Yeah. But in the end, it works. And it's not too late.
Yeah, 8-5, the score reads right here. Lack of respect is something that VP are offering up for G2 right now, and this is not easy to swallow, right? Honestly, that's a huge round. You're right. In terms of what we're expecting out of him, it was meant to just be, okay, I think Yanko put it right. As long as you can be as good as Amanek, just a little bit better, that's all we need. But right now, he's the one who's been having at least consistent kills. Kills are an issue, right? We're talking about frags. There's not many. Nico has 6. He's the next closest. So there's a 7-kill disparity between m0NESY and Nico within the server right now. Alexi, Hunter, and Jax kept very quiet, only 4 kills apiece. But there's still a chance to salvage this half. 8-5 if it reads 8-7, or even 9-6. You're going to be happy with how few and far between these gun rounds have come. But back into full buys, and there shouldn't be too many issues for VP, right? They'll be able to buy in this one. They should be able to afford everything they need, even if they lose in the final round of play, round number 15, not too far away. That's a round that started with opening deaths again, and they were able to convert. So can G2 operate in the 4v5s one more time? Alexi selling mid. Standard util, they're popping out with the flash, and then they're dropping the smoke. It's buying them a little bit of extra time, and just over the top. I don't think Flair has spotted this.
Finally, Hunter finds a bit of good timing. He will finish the kill versus Buster. There we go, an opening frag for G2. Far and few between. James, in the meantime, drops Jax out of this equation. We've got players still on the cusp of this A site, and Kicker, again, once more, tries to take Buster's place and finds that perfect tidbit of timing. Alexi, in the meanwhile, oh yeah, he's got him. A headshot onto the Cat player. A 3v3 is where we are left. A minute still to play. And G2, they've had this consistency in falling silent at this moment.
This is on Alexi here. He's going to call out the mid round. He's disconnected from the pack. Nico and m0NESY, well, the heroes of previous, have connected up here over towards Palace. Yakinder in the site, flip over towards the connector. And, well, James, he's hedging. He's not calling the bluff of B. He's happy to stay where the action is.
It's a matter of timing here. Yakinder, he's getting adventurous, peeks into it. m0NESY, that close range op shot's good. Flit, a response and a turnaround right into Alexi. James got the op shot in from jungle, dodges the flash. Does he want to go back? We're talking 30 seconds, and Alexi still needs to go pick up that bomb. James, he is hunting him down, and he waits, and now he looks away. Alexi in that moment, oh, we're talking combat opping. The pressure's there, and Alexi delivers the headshot as G2 will take a 6th at least.
Having a fight for these, aren't they? Another round that comes down to a one-on-one. You look at the rounds, they've won 6. 3 of which have come down to one-on-one scenarios. This is a very, very difficult game for them to be posting T-side rounds. And this constant fight, the game plan for VP is clear. Make sure we contest underpass, make sure we contest mid, and they're making the rounds more than competitive. I'm sure they'd love to get 9 here on the way out the door before half-time. Big stuff from Alexi there, the in-game leader, pulling them through. And there's another opening from James. He's looking sharp today.
It really does feel like G2 just try to survive this T-side. And honestly, they've got something to work with, but it's not like they're setting up our expectations for a CT dominance. Individually, VP look good. Yakinder's trying to get flashed into this fray. Sure enough, will kill. Alexi comes back at it, and these kills are clean. Yakinder 3 from within that bomb site. m0NESY on the hunt. Gonna take his head clean off and can't get back into the cover in time. A 9-6 half is where we end this. Is it enough for G2? A huge question, as they were outclassed on way too many rounds.
Hey Future Pros, we have another execute for you and your friends to learn. This execute will help when you are taking the B site on Mirage. For this setup, you will need at least 3 Future Pros and 3 smokes and optionally a bunch of flashes. Let's break this down. Future Pro number 1, you'll be throwing one of the arch smokes. To do this, line yourself up with this corner of the cracked stone floor. Aim at the left side of this dark squarish smudge on the wall, then simply jump throw the smoke. Since you threw this from close to mid, I would recommend wrapping around Cat to get to B or maybe holding off rotations in mid. Future Pro number 2, you will throw the other arch smoke. To do this, line up with the middle part of this window. aim to the sky and position your crosshair so it is in the middle of the antenna and the overhang. Then throw the smoke normally. Future Pro number 3, you'll be smoking off the window leading into the B side. To throw the smoke, get yourself into this corner. Aim at the corner of this large tower, then jump throw the smoke. Nice and easy. With all 3 of these smokes thrown, taking the B side should be much easier than it would be without them. To make this even easier on your team, get your players to lob as many flashes as possible over the top of B. And as always, good luck.
Opening kills the way of virtus.pro, multi-kills the way of virtus.pro, and yet still G2 managed, because of that first 3-round streak, to give us a little something on that T side. But the pressure's now starting to sink in. The cracks in the armor of what is supposed to be a star-studded roster are here, evident on their map pick. The second half begins between virtus.pro and G2, and if G2 aren't giving us fire, then maybe you can, Spodek!
He played retake from Jax here. Gonna give them the space. Jax spots multiple. That's a big kill. One hits the deck. m0NESY onto another. They're peeling this one apart.
Fadeaway headshot, you take those. James able to get up close. Think about how crucial a CT pistol win could be for G2.
This position from Hunter, he's still perched in middle right now. Gonna convert that one. 2-on-5. Good luck, VP.
Got the bomb plant at the very least. A quick kill from Buster would have been perfect, but he's swarmed, he's surrounded, and he's got G2 annihilating that hold as they come in with their retake. It is the 7th for G2 at the least.
Now, pistol rounds, look, that doesn't seem to be a problem so far, does it, right? We see them picking it up on the T side. Now on the CT side, they've done the exact same here. Once we get into the gun rounds, that's where we get into the thicker things, and that's where they had their biggest worries and their biggest woes within that T half. But that's a great way to do it, right? You think about the players who didn't take any damage, they have the Kevlar, they can buy into the head armor, it's gonna give them a little bit of extra cash to splash. And if VP go for a full eco right here, that's a dream, because these rifles, they don't have to worry about going down. Oh, hold up a second. Last second, James, who's having a banger of a game. 17 kills for him in the first half. He's gonna pick up this hero AK-47. Buster's even equipped a little bit late out of spawn as well. So we need to keep our eyes on James. He's had a lot of impact throughout. Let's see how much more this big man can do.
He's going for Alexi. Fire forces it forward. Definitely spotted out. Alexi's gonna go back at it with a smoke in front of him. This could still have gone the other way, but instead Alexi, I like that he's not too afraid to take that fight. He saw something, he went back for a second look, and he even got away with an opening kill. Something G2 have been fighting so desperately for.
Yeah, Flit's the contingency plan here, right? He had Kevlar. He had Kevlar, so he's been able to pick up the AK. Look, you'd love for it to be head armor, but it's still better than nothing. Now they get a double dip, a chance to reuse this. Buster's Deagle, Yukinda, and Kick It. Well, they can strike too.
Shooting the wrong team.
Yeah, look, this one, after Jane went down, was probably not going their way anyway, so would have been a worse situation, but Kick It gonna be hampered in this one. Oh, this is classic, they love this boost.
Nico's barrel, full display. I mean, this is an easy pickup for that. And that's a second rifle also handed over. Now there's nobody else with Kevlar. And m0NESY's able to shave one off. Hunter even able to connect another frag towards the catwalk. Great grenade. Good assist here from Jax. Flit stuck as he tries to jump back over, and that one AK buy does fall flat. 3 up for G2, and suddenly that lead starting to be shaved away.
This is one of the things that in the past with VP, even with Sanji on the roster, you question some of their buys, right? Especially on T sides, because they put themselves in a position where a few of their members are going to have emissions this time around, namely Buster, right? Buying that AK, they got a couple of kills, okay, you can justify it there. But if they don't get the AWP into the hand of James, who is the in-game leader, as soon as you possibly can with the impact he's having, they might find themselves in a bit of a hole. This is a chance for G2 to tie things up 9-9 and make a statement in this second half.
Coming at middle in a very different way than VP did. Oh, and on the fallback, m0NESY's gonna pick up the fight.
He's been great, 19 kills.
Without m0NESY, it feels like VP are just dominating this one, and yet somehow we're still in this realm of possibility that G2 CT side holds on.
19 kills, like how is it a quiet 19 from a rookie on debut on a big stage? This is insane. This is mental. He has 11 kills more than anybody else on his team right now.
We're also not talking about a mediocre team. We're talking about the highest rated rifler in the world when it comes to NiKo. If m0NESY can buy just enough time for the rest of the pieces of G2 to just come together, to be that little bit sharper, then we'll see them rack up rounds. But right now, NiKo, he is stranded at the bottom of mid. He will get that kill back onto Buster. James is dangerously low, and Flit, in an attempt to help him, comes out from the underpass. It's Kicker to make a difference, looking for an additional frag, but instead, G2 lock this one in. The 3-0 start yet again.
Yeah, this is what we expected from them in the first half. This is what we're getting in the second half. That kill from Jax right there, there was still a chance for that round to go wrong. If Jax doesn't convert the kill from Connector, NiKo likely goes down, having to look at 180-degree angles. This one right here, right? It doesn't look like a lot, but the way that this round unfolds, it could have been absolutely dire if he didn't get that frag. Finishing things off, getting himself an AK-47. He's going to throw that one across to Hunter. But here we go, pistols out for VP now, and very likely to see G2 the first team up to double digits.
Which almost felt impossible while we were just slowly getting through that first half. G2 limping into round after round. Ykinder is going to try to make some fireworks with that deagle, but instead he's shot out by m0NESY. That's his 20th frag. Jesus. And still, nobody on this G2 roster, barring him, have 10.
This is actually crazy. I did not, after the group stage, right, he was okay.
He was okay.
m0NESY was okay, right? That was it. He was quick on the AWP, you know, he had a couple of nice shots. But realistically, it was the NiKo show. He put the team in the backpack once more. What a way for m0NESY to come out onto a big stage environment. Geez, all right.
I mean, he's backing up exactly what he said. He doesn't feel pressure in big games. This is the most amount of pressure, and it's also his best delivery so far at Katowice. The pistols inside of the apartments pulled apart as they tried to push that bomb into the B site, looking desperate for something. Still a couple of deagles alive and kicking. Oh, but m0NESY keeps it clean. A headshot with the AWP, and the final 45 seconds for Kicker to try and peel a player off of this to just minimize the CT's success, but at last, it's cut down right then and there. They find their 10th, and they do it with 4 players alive off of the back of holding 3. This is the kind of start that virtus.pro also had on their defensive half, and it looks good for G2.
Wow, okay, opening kills are king within this game. Conversion to round wins, right? Once you've got an opening kill, VP have converted 9 of 11 total, and G2 with opening kills have converted 8 out of 8, right? So let's keep our eyes on who gets the opening kill this time round, because seems to be one of the key factors in this matchup on Mirage. Jame into his AWP. This is the first full buy round in the second half of play. Out mid, NiKo drops his own smoke, extinguishes the molly, wants to stand and fight.
Ooh.
This James versus Alexi B fight over towards the apartments, right? It keeps us on the edge of your seat.
It's clear that they have a game plan on the T side as well. On the CT side, it was stifling underpass, controlling middle. Here, they want to bully Alexi over towards B with a couple of picks, right? If he gets lazy on those jump picks, he's a free kill there for James. Now they can do this slow, methodical crawl, right? They're bullying back, and wow, Flick copping a bit of a nade there, down to 50. But it's not the same game plan from G2. They're not gravitating towards mid in the mid-round. They're happy to respect the space that VP want, play a little bit safer, drop back, and root themselves within the sights here to stifle this attack when it comes on through. A minute on the clock, and VP, no clear indication where they're finishing just yet.
Still very comfortably with mid. Smoke to the window and one top con, but the B players start pushing up close.
Boost over this.
This could give them vision onto the window, but Flit just got by. And still, they're gonna hunt ahead. Clear display. That's Kicker splattered at the bottom of middle, but again, Flit did get into window before he died. NiKo about to be tested. Ykinder thinks he can walk right through, and damn it, he can. Then Flit with a headshot onto Hunter. We get this round starting to fall back the way of V. Buster shot down by m0NESY. And he's got a crucial position, but they do still manage to get past. Don't forget about Jax. He's locked into the sandwich as Alexi yet again tries to fade these smokes to the favor of the CT side. Jax's gun nearly dry, and he gets peeked from Ykinder, so it has to be m0NESY once more. 7 seconds. He takes the player off the stairs, makes it onto Tetris. That is his final fall, and that is VP with another.
And without an opening kill, right? We were just wanting to focus there on the opening kill. It fell in the favor of that cheeky little boost coming out from Alexi right there. But m0NESY is making all of these rounds interesting. You can see a world, right? If he doesn't pull that Molotov out, if he keeps his AW, this is the shot. I don't know how this kid sees stuff. Look, he just swung past. He's so quick. These young eyes, the 16-year-old. Well, I want more of this. Yes, please. All right, well, back into play here, and well, humbled immediately. G2 are down to some pistols. That was a big round to tie things up 10-10. posturing towards middle. Standard util, top mid smoke, Molly. Leaving some flashes behind here as well for what might be a B finish. And this time round, it's just Hunter on the site. Run boost across, Alexi spots that. Bomb scooped. Honestly starting to rotate over to the second letter of the alphabet.
It's coming in with it. Kicker, the scout, his teammate's not far behind him. m0NESY just looking to rip somebody's head clean off. And if he can do that, then maybe, just maybe, Hunter will be primed in his position. He's gonna find one jumping outwards, and a half bar of health taken away from Flit. We still have NiKo alive with a deagle. That's supposed to mean something. Yet in this entire map, we haven't seen those flashes of success from him. There's so little to lose, and yet virtus.pro still just gonna play this with just a tidbit of timidness. Making sure that they're not gonna fall in a round they have no business losing.
Jax has left NiKo high and dry here. If they reroute, they might be able to find themselves an exit or two. Clearing out top mid, making sure there's no lurks around. It's not a round that they should be winning here, but more damage is good. This might go down to the wire here, so any kills they can muster, any AKs they can carry through, it's the little details here. They clearly want to go for those exits. You can see Jack's positioning and NiKo's as well. They're not going to get stuck into this, not going to brute force through, but if the kills come their way, they'll more than receive. Jax versus Yakinda over towards the B apartments might be the first one on the agenda.
NiKo trying to catch it. Jax prime position, but no, both are gonna fall. So just the 2 kills made possible by m0NESY and Hunter. virtus.pro back to winning ways, and virtus.pro back to a lead, an 11-10.
It's actually been Flit in this second half who's been having some impact, right? He's up to 20 kills now. We spoke about Jame in the first half with 17. Well, he's only managed 2 within this second half of play. I don't think there's any doubt who the fan favorite is in this matchup. VP with not too many cheers to their name, but G2, they're getting the chance. And again, pistol conversions. This time around for G2, it's the first gun round that went their way. But all in all, we need to see that the actual gun rounds can start to be brought on their way. This is the fast B split. This is the quick
pace. Oh, kicker. Oh, hold on now. I mean, that could very well just be the warning sign. G2 aware of the possibility. I mean, a direct call out. That grenade could not have been more perfect.
This was highlighted by Mahone in terms of what to look out from VP there. That smoke into the quick cap play, but they didn't follow through. It's just to get kick at this space. But look at this, m0NESY up close and personal. So it's backpedaling here.
Mid not an issue. I mean, this falls onto the shoulder of Jax and m0NESY. While Flash Jax fires off, that's gonna be a bit of an indicator here, but again, there's 2 players, not just the one. If they can get both of these kills, then maybe there's still time for CTs to push into this cover. Meanwhile, m0NESY, he's got to be cautious that he doesn't get split. 50 seconds, silence blankets this server. A huge moment right here, right now, and Jaxie needs to deliver. There's the shadow, and he's not gonna get either of the 2 kills. m0NESY moves forward, hits the first shot.
He's on an island.
A world of pressure about to fall onto his shoulders. Oh, and he backs up into Kickard, so the patience from the Palace is perfect. They don't show him anything. For all he knows, they're not even there. And yet now at 20 seconds, the rest of the CT is set to scramble over. They've got to be contemplating a save at this point. There's no clear route into this unless Alexi B can deliver something from the CT spawn. But bombs planted on the front side of the site. NiKo activates, gets shut down. There is some kind of an answer, but it feels too late. Alexi already peeling back from this, and we've got virtus.pro with another round win. m0NESY, he had to deliver everything, and he only gets the 1.
Yeah, that's a rough spot to put him in right there. Look, this round right here started off with that smoke. I think we might catch it in the replay, but the fact of the matter is VP in the gun rounds is a world of difference. There is an absolute world of difference between these 2 teams right now. G2, they were just operating in the darkness. So this is the smoke that was thrown. We had this highlighted in the pre-match. Now this was thrown indicating a B split that Yakinda leads the charge on. Well, it was actually Kickit who went in towards the vent and took all that space. And then the CTs consistently throughout the round were in the dark. Both B players stuck on the B site, m0NESY and Jax close towards A ramp, and NiKo couldn't move. You saw him just in the window room, worried about vent the entire time. That was from the start of the round. So a great little maneuver from VP there to put the darkness over G2. And the darkness starting to creep in here because they have to take what is going to be just another half by round. 2 saved rifles, the best they have to boast, some light upgrades around it, and in the next round of play, only 2,900. This is going to be difficult for G2 to get the engine whirring here.
Quick shot, down goes Nico. That's what James wants. An immediate bit of success. And as we are on the 12-10 score, we've also got 12-10 opening kills, virtus.pro to G2. It has literally cemented itself, that stat line, onto the scoreboard.
Nico is having a rough go of things here.
Yeah. He's been the first to die 3 times, and never has he opened up with the kill. m0NESY's Deagle trying to find something towards this A site, but it is virtus.pro through this kill feed time and time again. These 2 rifles offer us nothing as all of the smaller pieces of this G2 puzzle fall to the wayside, and rounds accumulate yet again to virtus.pro's favor.
I'm loving what I'm seeing, right? It's clean. They're just handling business right now. You get in, they're not rushing anything, they're not taking any risks. And this is the thing, VP are risk adverse, right? They're a team who's going to make sure that they wait out the utility. They don't take too many risks. The conversation with them, with the more firepower, well, that's where they will be getting a little bit more in your face, but still, they've stayed true to some of these slower plays. Hunter needs to be careful here. They would love to take all these rifles to the grave with them.
Nice clean one, but Flit's not the only threat for Hunter to deal with.
He's so pinned. Buster has jungle. Jame watching over towards the vent room, and there you go, as expected.
Maybe Alexi hangs on, but as we just saw 2Ts take down the first rifle, there's another couple coming in, and every player sent packing for G2. virtus.pro, this is so meticulously successful. Every decision, every move, every play, they're having their way with G2.
Look, this is the truth here. G2 are not going to win this map right now without Nico. They're not. He needs to start performing right here, right now. This is not a map that they can win without him, right? This is not a map that they're going to be able to get across the line. As I mentioned during the group stage, it was him putting the team in his backpack and carrying them to get them here to the playoffs. Right now, really needs to activate for his team. They could use him right here, right now. Back into play, m0NESY, AWP, and Jame with another opening. Nico dead first again.
Every step of the way, he's finding struggles. m0NESY not able to pluck one from the air. G2 back foot after back foot. Maybe it's Hunter's turn to pick up this mantle, but he's better be careful. Ykinder dangerously close to it all. Bit of utility usage, doesn't feel comfortable, falls back slightly. And I do appreciate that G2 are trying to make something happen here. They're looking for the equalizer. They're looking for that common ground. But in the meantime, we're gonna get virtus.pro with a bit of pressure out from this A ramp. m0NESY just relegated to the corner of jungle. And of course, it's all a ruse. It's all a fake.
Much misdirection right here, just to create a little bit of space, but they haven't taken too much. Ykinder has the most right now. Buster's lurk is dangerous, but it's really on Hunter over towards B.
Ooh, he's right there. Perfectly timed from Alexi. That's something. That's at least a little life, but we have a huge test here for Hunter. 3 players right on the edge of his bomb site. 30 seconds for virtus.pro to get this in. And Hunter buys just enough time. There is still the answer of Jame. And he's not alone. Do not forget about Buster. An audacious attempt to jump out from the apartments. But Buster's so far removed as he was meant to try and sell what was that, I would say at this point, delayed A play. I mean, he's not even a part of this equation.
That was great stuff. Alexi there playing with a bit of an in-game leader maneuver, right? He took a risk because combing back through middle hasn't netted them too much in previous rounds. Alexi coming through, equalizing, and then Hunter, yeah, he definitely had to get 2. 1 wouldn't have been enough. The rotation wasn't quick enough, right? He needed those 2 kills to stifle. This is how the round started.
Look at that snap.
Jeez, yeah, Nico's having a rough go of things, mate. He'd be frustrated at this point of the game, but there's a gun round. Yeah, you can see it right here.
I mean, the stats of Nico, right? He's averaged 4 opening kills and only 2 opening deaths per map so far in the event.
Okay.
This Mirage, 0-4 instead.
All right.
A total anomaly compared to what we were expecting him to bring to the playoffs.
They still have time to turn that around. Back towards window.
2 rounds the deficit. m0NESY trying to keep things quick, but both of the Oppers going to walk away from that early engagement. We do still get a little bit of a different look here from the G2B players. Oh, virtus.pro were just to crank that dial through the apartments right now. They're going to find they're going to find CTs not necessarily prepared. They give him a little bit of time. This is quiet.
Yeah, Flit's been on the receiving end of a lot of utility damage here. So they've been prepared for his little underpass lurks as well. Now this is the classic VP, right? They're stalling things out, they're taking their time, they're holding on to the lion's share of their utility. In the previous round, it was all about misdirection and showing face across the map. This time, it's about barreling your way into B. The util's being lined up here. Alexi on the site, Hunter to respond. There's no clear, quick rotation.
Big pressure. Ooh, okay, that's a blessing from Lady Luck. That final bullet shaving off Kicker. Hunter now in a position to support. virtus.pro, they're gonna be trying to fight their way out. Alexi with Hunter from down beneath, locking in this B site for the time being. Jame with a chance. Where has Alexi got off to? That's the question he asks himself, but he delivers that bomb on a silver platter, and Flit on the retreat. A little bit of life from G2, and on this back third, G2 have tried to keep things competitive. They have tried their damnedest to keep it close. 4 players standing at the end of it. Finally, a little life, a little Alexi B, a little bit of Hunter. And Hunter, he is climbing that scoreboard. If it's not gonna be Nico, then let it be the other Kovac. 18 kills to his name, just on the heels of m0NESY, who still sails forward on 25.
Yeah, I think Hunter might be making my words right there. I said they couldn't win without Nico, but if Hunter can do it, he can show this level of performance. That opens the door to a whole new looking G2, right? Yes. Not one that we've seen for some time. Now, the scoreline as it sits, 13-12, money is the biggest issue, but that saved AWP is going to be in the hands of Jame. Now, he had 17 kills in the first half. He's cooled a little bit here. It's only 6 so far within the T side, but he has been getting openings. And in a round like this, where the buy is going to be limp, it's going to be flat. If he can find an opening and these pistols can pick up a rifle, sure, then we're talking. But a real opportunity for G2 here to tie things up 13-13. And I think we might go the distance here in map number 1.
Line up for the pistol players. m0NESY. Oh, he hit that. He actually lands that shot. I don't even know which of the two he landed that on, Chad. I don't know who he hit.
It's just so quick. The kid is nuts in terms of his reaction speed here. They've parked the bus of Flit top mid here. So if G2 want to go walkabout and take some space, they will have to get through Flit. Kick it on the low HP, just babysitting any pushes towards B. And I don't think Hunter's going to clear this, you know?
That could be a lethal mistake at this point, but oh, he's right on the cusp. Flit, line it up. The flash makes it awkward. Oh, he gets the dink and the kill. Goes back for even more, and Jax in the meantime gonna shut down that front runner on the A site. Now Jame is still alive. And Jame's meant to be the biggest issue, but the biggest issue I see is the fact that Kickert's about to find himself in this B bomb site, you'd think. Remember, he got hit by m0NESY, so he could make Alexi's job all the easier. And Alexi, he understands that this B site is compromised.
Look at Yakinda now as well. There's so many little lurks on the map right now.
Kickert's dead, B site closed. James still trying to find that contact, but look at this. Yakinda attacks Nico from behind. That's suddenly gonna scramble the CT's minds. They've got m0NESY back on ticket. They've got Jax within this site, and their other player is trying to get into this equation. Alexi did a great job of killing Kickert. Imagine if he was still alive, doing that 1v1 dance on the B site. Jax is up close. Oh! No scope to the forehead of Jax. And suddenly this one feels alive. m0NESY, you've got to shut it down, but now he's damaged and he hits that! There is nobody faster than the Flash! Jame in the clutch though. The moneymaker, and his moment! He jumps up, gets wounded by m0NESY and shut down by it too. This kid's the real deal.
Big money m0NESY right here. He is showing up in a big way. He is making a name for himself right now, and that little smirk right there, I think he knows what he's doing. This is an arena, this is a quarterfinal. Apparently this is his home. I am loving this. 27 and the crowd chants his name. Let's go! Well, VP, they made almost something out of nothing right there. One saved AWP, and back underway we go. This one is an arm wrestle. This is a tug of war, 13-13, looking like we're going to go the distance. Or back out, Buyers in the mix, and these teams are starting to light up the server.
Oh, we could get a war top mid. Yeah, G2 starting to feel a bit of that confidence. They peek in, and Yakinda shuts them down a good
keep coming.
But those AK headshots just took all of the wind out of the sails of G2. From a moment of success and celebration to a kick in the gut yet again. They have been playing catch up round after round, and it feels like they'll have to do it for 14. Unless who else than Hunter, Alexi, and m0NESY to win another 3vx.
They can just hit the brakes right now, VP. This is what they do best. Wait for the fight to come their way, and it is. Look at the space. m0NESY looking for a kill, needing to find Slate, needing to draw it back. Is he serious?
Yeah, he wants this. And I'm not talking just this kill. He wants this win. That's at least something. And despite those two CTs pushing to the top mid and being killed by it, Yakinder was wounded.
Oh, rotation.
Get that rotate quick. Meanwhile, we also have two players over towards the B site, so I mean, VP maybe overcomplicating things. Just that one lurk in Yakinder, but oh no, a Molotov on Alexi. He activates, and he takes one with him. Oh, a second even! Alexi from the middle ground. Buster still in the palace, no bomb in his control, and this calls Yakinder back into the action. m0NESY under pressure. He gets pinched upon. Great utility usage there from Buster, but Alexi, it's his turn to deliver, and he is cranking that dial. But Buster, he is the big name in the big games for virtus.pro. He's the one that they look to deliver. 15 seconds, and he knows where Alexi's at. Alexi toying with him, showing a little skin as that bomb's picked up. The peek comes through, but it's not a frag just yet. A desperate spam, and down he goes. It's G2 14 first.
That started with 2 opening kills in the favor of VP. G2 just ran up mid and got absolutely decimated, and they claw this back, and it starts with the kid again. Send him out, find a kill, turn it on its head.
This from Alexi as well. I mean, not only does he catch Kicker off, but that repeat from James popped. Alexi sets up shop within the jungle, and G2 claw a lead.
Not done yet, though. Not done yet, though. The pistols are back here. They're keeping this one close. The one thing by VP, look, we joke, paid by the round. This team, they never give up. Mentally, this team is one of the strongest in the world. Timeout called. Chance here to talk things through. Dustin, the coach of VP, going to get on the mic. Purchases coming on through the loss bonus maxed on out in the next round of play. VP, if they get the bomb down, they'll be threatening again, but this is for 15. This is a chance for G2 on their map pick to secure number 15 and just one round away.
They'll calculate everything they can. It's gonna have to be Flit. Man, his addition to this virtus.pro roster as well, right? Meant to be Yakinder's right-hand man. I feel like he's the reason these T-sides are sometimes that next level entertainment. Look at this pressure.
Oh. It's been heard. James heard this for sure.
And m0NESY, he gets pounded on the back of that B site down to a quarter HP. They are on high alert because of that flash. It's a 2v2. Nico, quick headshot. Hunter's there to cover. The Kovacs control the apartments. And they also control those coveted guns. Nice flash. What? He's right there. Kicker's gonna regain. Oh my God, the executes his. Now he's got a gun. That is such a weird moment. And then an additional dink. The damage from virtus.pro. Are they about to turn this on its head? Kicker continues, misses his chance at striking down another member of the CT side.
The money's not there. Did G2 want to go for this? Do they want to risk this right now? They don't have the money for the rebuy in the next. They don't have a loss bonus. They're about to lose to just some pistol upgrades here in that AK.
You said it, virtus.pro, they don't give up. They play for every single round, and with the weirdest twilight zone of a ramp play, Kicker cracks open that A site, a double damage situation for G2. Now that you can
They're over halfway gone here. They're feeling this out. Are they going for it or not?
Oh, this could cost them everything. It could, and yet they're still on it. Alexi will shut down Buster at the very least. Remember, Alexi's already almost dead.
Someone has to defuse. Is there going to be time?
There's not even time. This is desperate. Alexi's actually on top of it, but Kicker shuts it down. And virtus.pro have no business winning that.
How does Kicker get away with that maneuver?
That is Counter-Strike when it comes down to milliseconds and millimeters. Jax peeks into ramp, sees nothing. Look at that flash.
God.
Blinds both of them. Millimeters and milliseconds. That's what this game is about.
He got 4 kills off the back of this right here. He got 4 kills off the back of that little info play from Jax right there. G2 are going to be kicking themselves 14-14, and they're broken. The most cash they have to offer at this juncture is Alexi B with 5K. They only have 1,900 as the loss bonus into the next, no matter what happens from this point forward. G2 have broken buys. VP are in the driver's seat right here, right now. They can close this one down.
Look at this again.
Talk about impact, right? You talk about impact. He's been the quietest so far for VP on the server. Well, this is the moment that mattered the most. Huge stuff from Kicker right there. That's got them back in this game. Flit knows what it means, and they force sport. They have given the AWP over to m0NESY. It's this kid's time to shine. It's now or never. This is the pressure. Go big or go home.
If we've seen anything, it's the fact that he can bring it back despite man disadvantage, so I like the fact that they're trying to push, and it could work well. We've already gotten Flit success, but there comes Nico! A headshot to shut down this A play. Jax remains now. He knows better. Jax knows better than to take that fight. Oh, this game's alive. And every single round seems winnable despite either side's buy. Alexi gets somehow through this middle play. We've got a guy up in the apartments, and he's just gonna hold his ground.
They're gonna have to send Yakinder out to take something, to take some space. He can't just sit still. He has to look. And, well, Buster escorting Jame right now, up and over towards A. There's still two players, Nico and Jax, the menaces of the A ramp. They have not left the site just yet. m0NESY's AWP, it's gonna be out of the action here, but Alexi B, he gets to be the X factor in all of this, the unknown entity.
Trying to mirror that of Yakinder. He's probably gonna have to be extra cautious as he just sits down in the bottom of mid alone. The value that Yakinder could offer in a mid-round moment, but you can see every single player just wants this clock to tick down. virtus.pro hoping that they're gonna hit the right bomb site. G2 hoping that they're in the right position, and no contact can be found. I mean, this one is just shrouded in secrecy, but timing, it's good at first. Nico activates off of the ticket, a 2v3, and Jame brings it back. Alexi B's position, this is perfect. 2 shots from the Deeg, and the third is what makes the difference. Yakinder clears him, and it's a battle. Oh, him and m0NESY, 10 seconds, bombs planted. Oh, m0NESY, the homing missile, right through default, down he goes. 15 for G2.
And here we go again. Look at this, 10 seconds left, has to plant. Oh, right through the box. Denies 15 for VP.
Katowise, you waited years for this.
Oh, VP, the low buy again. They've done it once. Can they do it again? AK is the best they have to boast on Flit here, and aggression towards the ramp again. There's an opening. Flit, he's found Nico. He's fallen again.
Unbelievable that Nico has been so countered in this first map. But who needs Nico when you've got a m0NESY playing like this?
One more for
There's
30.
2 players bottom mid. Alexi hasn't seen it. Oh my God, a blindside. Plus, we're already talking about a compromised jungle. I mean, everything would lead you to believe that this is overtime written all over it, and finally m0NESY is gonna be just wrecked. Straight up headshot and a quick hit from Buster. Opening kills mean nothing. Light buys seem to mean nothing, because round after round, things thrown upside down. Hunter gonna go for that mid control, gets the better of Buster at the very least, but a 1 versus 4. He's got that Kovac blood, sure enough, and we know what that can deliver, but he's also got a player in jungle just behind him, and Jame gonna put this one to bed. We go to overtime. Mirage not done yet. And what more could you ask for this opening quarterfinal?
Let's do default.
Let's do default. Can we
Can take care. You want the flash for boiler?
No, well, maybe you can. Yeah, you can. I will do molly and flash. I'm up for. Okay, 1 flash. Okay, save both. Save 1. I will do flash second
Molly,
myself.
Hold this 146 next, okay? Yeah, I do. Please be ready for set that mid, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, flash
Please
in
molly
both.
deep,
You
molly
flash,
deep.
flash.
Flashing.
Get ready, Nexa. I'm ready. I'll call the flash. Wait.
I have weapon.
Flash. I'm full blind. Broken.
Molly mid.
I'm dodging flash. What is the boost? Not. Pull back.
Molly depths.
Nice. 1 HP. He's easy to watch out. No.
Oh, depths. Watch out short, Alan.
1 HP on D, guys.
Oh, sorry, 3 on the B bomb site, and alone is Magiska on A.
Nico, you have to send us. Nexa fake B. Give me C4. Jackie, fall back. Jackie, fall back, please. I want you to search Nexa as well, okay? Yeah, go. Tell me wait. We need to wait for Jackie. I'm going up. Start faking on 32 Nexa, okay? Yeah. I flash for you, cheminée, okay? Hunter and Amar.
Just jump, Jack.
Get ready,
Don't
guys.
flash for us.
Half flash, half flash.
Making go down with that one.
Flat pit. I smoke small pit.
2B.
Short.
Nice. They're
Okay,
2B.
one more short.
Izlazim iz boilera.
One more has to be A.
Nico and it's Hunter. It's the two cousins left alive for G2.
Pit.
Touch smoke.
Advice.
Touch
I'm
smoke.
advised.
Spike came on flash.
Now he's got to keep the hopes and dreams of G2 alive with the man in question.
Mam flash za kratko daću ako vidim nešto. Okej, dal flash. Kuća možda.
Kratko. Tipo ću dugo uskoro.
Kratko je
Igram vreme samo.
Daj tu.
Nice.
That's why they've got these guys in G2. That's why they want to be.
This is props. This is props, guys.
And so here we find ourselves. Took you guys a little while to get back in this arena. This is a special moment because this is day one in the Spodek. I want your attention because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't just want to see you on your feet. I don't want to just feel you shake this floor. I want to hear you make some noise! We're talking overtime, Chad. We're talking m0NESY's LAN debut in terms of massive stadiums, massive stages, massive fans in attendance. And he delivered. Oh, did he deliver? He said he doesn't feel the pressure, but there's nothing like the pressure of OT.
And this is it right now, 12.5K, and Nico, he's not feeling it on that rifle into the secondary AWP, but look at this space right now from Yakinda. Send him out, see what he can find. One of the best entry fraggers in the last couple of years. Spotted and goes down. Nico activated. Have they bought him enough time to come online?
Maybe they buy him an op, you know? Maybe opping's easy.
Well, 4 on 5, and this time in the favor of G2. They've been stomaching quite a few throughout the regulation of 30, but now it's Jame and Co. Oh, classic, combing through the map, standard default util. Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. 50 seconds left, and oh, no chances taken here whatsoever.
Oh, this is back to VP shenanigans. Off the back foot, moving it.
On the timing here.
Oh, dude, Hunt.
Oh, no.
Okay.
That was a chance.
That was a huge chance. And we've got 25 seconds left. Hunter gets back at it. What goes around comes around. This time he finds Jame off guard. Nico jumps up, confirms the presence. It is flawless from G2 to open OT.
That's one way to do it, and if this double AWP seems to be the secret to get Nico back online, sure, why the hell not?
Give it to him.
Yeah, there was a period of time where he wanted to do this role. It didn't work in their favor, but look, if he can find an opening like that again onto Yakinda, this is the way they need to kick this off. VP, as I mentioned, strong mental. They're not going to be out of things immediately here. To buy back in, the AWP for Jame again. And the AK's alongside.
What's weird, we say again, Jame actually didn't have an op in that last one.
Maybe that's the economy playing into this, right? 12.5, it's not the 16K, so...
Oh, Nico blind under pressure. m0NESY right there with him. We got a double op inside connector. And an opening for Yakinda.
This is the space, that same smoke, they used it again. Last time they got kicked to this position and it kept G2 extremely passive. This time around it's Yakinda who's been able to do exactly that. But they know he's here and they're harassing.
He still seems okay, and what a nuisance this is for them to deal. Look at the
Three
attention.
players.
I mean, everybody wants to deal with this. And if they can't do it from inside of jungle, then they're gonna throw a player over towards the depths of that B site. Maybe audio playing? I don't know.
They're getting pulled around the map here, though. Right now, VP are in the advantage as far as the rotation goes, right? They seem to have a better read of the situation. And remember the position of Yakinda here, because we've turned our attention elsewhere.
Starting to drop utility. Jax, he's got to find that right timing, but he hits... Oh, half his health gone as he jumped up top, and then he loses Nico. So this A site offered us nothing in terms of a hold. Bomb planted in a comfortable 5v4. Sure, you've got Yakinder and Kickert wounded, but you've still got Yakinder in the ladder room where he's been this entire round.
They can risk this retake, but Util's a problem now. Smoke and a flash, that's all they have.
Alexi obviously still cut off. You better be on high alert as he comes around these bricks. Yakinder's position, oh, it's not enough. And time, again, halfway gone. We already saw G2 fall to the clock. Flit's position covered by Kicker. Buster in with a third. And that is VP sinking their teeth into a stellar post-plant position.
Beautifully played, right? You saw all the barbs just peek on out on contact there. That is picture-perfect Counter-Strike from VP. Able to get themselves to space through that same smoke. One of the keys that we've highlighted in the pre-match, right? It's something that could come into play, and it's worked for them twice. We've seen it thrown twice, and they've been able to convert off the back of it. So good pressure provided. VP, they're not going to fall flat here. They've come this far. G2 fans, plenty of them around the arena here today.
Flit, look at that. Almost killed, almost taken out by Jax. That quick trident of kills coming out from
T side VP. All right.
Excuse me?
Yeah, let's see how this one pans on out, shall we?
Shall we?
Let's see this one every day of the week.
5 ops, 50% of the server right now swinging the big green, and it's Kickert. I heard an op shot. I have no clue who shoots it because there's so many options, but sure enough, it's Alexi taken early. virtus.pro's T side looking for that one-round edge.
Jax has had a rougher go of things this game. This could be his chance to get them this far. He's had some huge plays, some massive multi-kills, and getting served up another. Can the Frenchman carry the torch here for G2?
God, he has no support. He lays down his own utility. For the meantime, Modesty gonna try to get into action. Look at all of these grenades. I mean, Jax, you need to offer us something. Or maybe Modesty just lends that valuable... Oh, through the smoke! That's something, at least. And with utility at their feet, they decide to double back.
Apparently that's enough. That one shot right there.
Or do they?
Yeah, back and forth we go. Indecision now. Still plenty of time on the clock, and util to boot. Real chance for VP in this as we are on a 4v4. 35 seconds remain.
G2 starting to feel that maybe that was the pullback because the internal timing, it has to be messed with at this moment. We even have Modesty's attention turned towards mid, but another volley of grenades over top with only 20 seconds on this clock. A crucial, critical moment here and now. Jax, he's got to hold them off. Two backs turned and a double. Hell of a time to come alive. James next as Jax delivers 3. And all the while, Buster locked inside the palace, but G2's the king of this A site. A 17th round at the end of their CT side in OT.
That's what you needed from Jax right there. We call his name and he steps on up. All the pressure was on him. Sure, Modesty made it a little bit easier, but he still had to have huge impact. So Jax earning his paycheck here today. This was the opener. Look at the slither gap held right here from Kickert. What a shot to open things up, but it was the AWPs with impact to draw things into 4-on-4. You gotta wonder what he can see, can't you? But Jax just that silence down 4, the time a bit of a problem. VP leaving things late. We swap sides. G2, their T-side gun rounds were few and far between. So Lexi be able to work on now. It's not gonna be easy. We've already seen just how VP want to glue themselves towards middle. Look at this position of Kickert right now. He's quite far forward. If he decides to take some space, if he decides to push in mid to late round, that's going to be a boatload of utility in the favor of VP.
All the while, Jax is kind of moving around a little haphazardly here. Jumping down into the tunnels, coming back at the very least. Utility to the mid window.
They're going to finish here, you know.
Oh, Kicker, he could be the playmaker, and he's gonna activate. Finds Jax and shuts him down. Now, Kicker doesn't confirm if there's anything else behind this, though. Buster's gonna go looking again from Catwalk so many times.
They have to go.
Within regulation, he is the key piece to that mid play. And now suddenly, Kicker able to lock in beyond that bench. We saw 3v5s on the CT side, but what about on the offense? Nico falls down into his death as Kicker continues to deliver. Modesty's able to get outwards. James off, jumps across, 30 seconds. And Alexi's walking wounded. He's trying to shave some kind of pressure off of this. There is an eventuality with that apartment's flank, and now Modesty, he is all that's left over, and he's down for the count as well. 4 strong, standing for VP at the end of their first CT round.
Well played by Kicker there. The fact he gets one and gets out, right, that's huge. It was so dangerous him to try and fall in this situation, but we spoke about him pushing for information. Well, this is massive, right? This is a massive kill to find. As you said, he didn't find any more information, but he had done the job. And at that point, as soon as Hunter dies, there's no space, there's no room for G2 to operate. They have to run into that B bomb site, into the blender, and just get absolutely poked apart. But this is a problem round right now, T-side rounds. What can the call be? They had such a difficult time establishing mid control, and if you can't hit the B site, if you can't execute A, well, that's the whole map. This is an in-game leader maneuver. Yeah, this is an in-game leader call.
Oh, Alexi. Big brain moment from Alexi B. I mean, this site is completely free for the taking.
Do you 5v5 retake? The bomb's going to go down. They can fortify, they can drop smokes, they can drop mollies, and Modesty can cut off the rotation.
Oh, if he gets this kill. Oh, what is this? Chad, you're the expert.
Look, I don't know, but let's see how many more he can hit, because he's spotted now.
Now he's still locked in top mid. This could be a real nuisance. Nade from downtown. Buster, the bunker buster, blasts that top mid play wide open, and all of a sudden, I feel like this utility barrage into the B site makes G2 somewhat uncomfortable. They're working with a flash that Jax just threw. Alexi pops off the back of it. We get Nico with 1 kill, but the CT's leading into Nico. Now it needs to be Hunter. He's got another 1v1. Buster taps the bomb to peek the kill. It is everything for Hunter, and a crucial moment.
One more round right now for G2 to pick this one up. Take it in first overtime. We go 18-18. We do it all again. G2, they've been here before. Just one more round required to close, but VP, they don't give up. You can see the gambles that they're taking here in overtime. The fact that they left that B bomb site completely open. How many times is Alexi going to be able to make that call into a free bomb site? That is a gift from the gods.
I can't believe it. But correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like B site was also so underplayed in regulation, he just slips it through. The B stands for brain. Oh, and it just got splattered at the base of connector. And then they walk into James. Don't tell me we do double OT. Another 3 versus 5. Oh, make it 2. Why not, Yakinder? So much support. These early clashes go swimmingly for VP. We've got Hunter and Modesty still alive and kicking, and you know they don't go down without a fight.
He's committed with the bomb here. He can get the kill.
Clean.
Yakinder, there's a chance now.
And easy. Smoke goes deep towards jungle. Monasty's going to be relegated from the palace pressure, and maybe Hunter can offer us something in the meantime, but the more time that's here, the more CTs can rotate around towards Ticket. We've got 3 of them just outside of connector, but with that bomb, they could leave. They could get out right here, right now. He had a chance and now it's gone. James gonna get that angle, lock him into this. Modesty could come and counter pick it. If Flit dies top stairs, that'd be massive. Oh! He snaps it down upon him. We're talking 2v5 turn 2v3 with still 30 seconds left. Molotov deep towards jungle. They seem so focused on this stairs player, but what about Kicker just behind him? Buster comes out, and there it is from VP. They shut down the hopes of G2, and we run it back for a second overtime.
All right, well, we go again, and the difference maker has to be this T-side. Who is the first team who's going to be able to put multiple T-side rounds together? It feels that both are being blanked, both are having a hard time with the calls. Alexi B able to get into the B site in the previous. That can't happen again, right? That's not going to happen again.
That shot.
Felt like his bottom was well and truly open there, but here we go, back into things. Alexi top middle again, has the bomb on his back, doesn't want to over-peak this right here. Only has Modesty behind him. Hunter and Jax up to their usual antics, and Nico the same. Where's the impact going to come from this time round? Because the mid-hold, it's been fantastic for VP throughout this game.
Buster back to his antics within that ladder room, but what's going on here with Nico?
He's going to smoke off window here. It's going to look like they're going to clamp down on mid. Can they test VP this time round? Because so far, they haven't whimpered.
Got a solid defensive position as well. Flit, nicely done. 2 kills off the bottom of Connector. Perfectly timed as that utility trickles in. And maybe even more. Alexi B stranded. He's just jumping around, desperate for something as Kicker gets into position, silently cutting through that smoke, shaving m0NESY off of this catwalk, and falling back just to allow Buster to come back at it. Flawless from VP.
They're reading them like a book on this T side right here. They're playing a smoke molly defense, but not in the way that you traditionally expect, right? When you see U2 coming for a site execute, you just smoke and molly off the choke points to hold them behind it. Here, they're using it to create one-ways, right? They're being able to operate over the smokes that are being used against them. They're dropping their own. You can see Buster, he's done that time and time again, and they know what to expect. This book of G2 of the T side, it's being read. This is a children's book right now of VP. They're loving it. I don't know what they can call here. It doesn't feel like they have any gimmicks in their back pocket that they can pull out. There's nothing that they can replicate. Yep. It hasn't been Nico go kill, but now would be the time for exactly that.
How much more time can you give him? The runway's been there.
There he is.
At least one, but Flit, oh, that's so sharp. The moment Nico feels a tidbit of success, he gets smashed back at the top of middle. At the very least, he did his job. We're talking 3v3. And if there was anything, any kind of a gimmick call, any type of play that seemed to work for G2, it was that Alexi B play towards the opposite end. m0NESY falls off. What a recovery. As this round almost slipped through his fingertips as quickly he did those boxes.
Look, he's here though.
One defender in James.
Yeah, and the big green in his hand. He's going to be ahead of this utility.
Look at all the nades that have been dropped for m0NESY. He is going to be that supportive element for Alexi and Hunter to try and crack open this B site.
Not blind.
He's fine. Oh, but running out of time. He goes back at it. Alexi on the closer corner. He knows he's being swarmed in Jane. That's such a killer flick. But all the while, Alexi gets dangerously close, and that even lands. Jane, oh, he almost does it all, but here comes Yakinder in from catwalk, another 1v1, and he gets away from the first shot. He stands out into the open. Bomb's gonna be planted. m0NESY comes off of it. We've got utility going both directions, but who's gonna be that much sharper? Who's gonna be that much faster? Who's gonna be that much smarter? Yakinder makes his move.
m0NESY,
he's figuring it out. Yes, he is. He's got this. He just needs Yakinder to walk in, and he just needs to land it, but he looks away because this game comes down to timing. Both of them trying to beat, but m0NESY does it again.
The kid's being called onto clutch time and time again, and look at him, cool as a cucumber. The impact here in double OT, on stage, quarterfinal, 16 years of age.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that he holds his nerve like this, that he performs like this.
Look at James as well. The shots that he's hitting under pressure, combat, all being close in the sight, both of them. It's a masterclass here today on the big green. The fact we've got timeouts left, that has just baffled me. G2, still with 2 in the back pocket. Third being called right here, right now in the conversation. Yeah, how can we get Nico an opening again? Because that round, he picked it up. Sure, Flit with the exchange of 2. But they're able to close right here.
That is wild. That round right there, G2's 6th clutch win. 2 from Nico, 2 from m0NESY, and Hunter and Alexi also offering us one of their own. VP and the contrast only have 2. I mean, G2, they are hanging on by the skin of their teeth.
Double orbs here on the T side, this time for Alexi. So this is when overtime, it gets fruity, it gets crazy. We throw the playbook out the window and they need to.
Most certainly do, Chad, because in terms of playbook, I mean, VP have had G2's number, especially here towards middle, but maybe m0NESY's just feeling that extra bit of electricity. They give it up. And as they do,
you can't believe it.
at that exact moment, Jack sees the contact, CTs lay down smoke. Oh, but they come back, Flit! And Now Buster from the top rope. He's gonna try to find another, but there's nobody here. G2 very quickly reeling back from that mid contact. And look at VP, the way they swarm into middle, hoping to have punished that, but there's nothing there for the taking, not for either team.
They put so much into this now, and they didn't get too much for it. They have to rotate. There's 45 seconds remaining on the clock. Yukinda repositioning James here as well.
James could just be the cannon that stops it all. Smoke in the hands of Yukinda. He sees the contact, throws that down. They could charge through it. Alexi decides to, and Yukinda, despite being somewhat blind, still gives us one. James, he sees that presence in Palace. 25 seconds on the clock for this. And James just looks to lock it in. The quick scope into Hunter. A frag onto the feet of Nico. Modesty close proximity. Damage being done. The Deagle's out, but it's ended. And virtus.pro hold on to that A site.
James is looking nuts right now. We're at the desk again. I highlighted it earlier, but they wanted his impact to match his rating so far, and I think we're getting it in this game. Opening kills, that right there, a massive three-piece from James. And that's going to give them that one round going into the second half of OT number 2 here. 22 is what we need to get across the line to get this one done. We go double OT, we go triple OT, we do it all again. But James looking hot to trot right now. He's got himself up to that 30 mark. He's joined the club. Flit, James, m0NESY. 30 kills to their name or more.
Holy hell.
Another timeout called. VP's chance to discuss things through here for their T-half, because equally so, they've had a rough go of things. What's the difference maker going to be here?
I don't know. It feels, I mean, it's just going to boil down to some crazy individual. And we've had it back and forth. Final timeout as well from virtus.pro. One left on G2 for the record.
This is very telling that Nico has bought into an AWP on the CT side again. He's not feeling himself right now. He's not feeling himself at all here. The fact that he's gone into this one more time. This is the map that G2 chose. This is map number 1. Tension feels like map number 3. Big fake utility here. That's that same smoke, but they didn't take the space. m0NESY is isolated here. It's going to be A.
He's stuck in it. By the looks of things, going to be fast. Nico, Op not helping in terms of getting that opening kill. Jax will be burned out of his position, commits to the spray and dies within it. Yukinda trying to buy that perfect moment. m0NESY's right there. Oh my God, there's players on top of each other, and m0NESY blinded, kills Yukinda, saves his other CTs. And this looks like maybe G2 take that 20th. Maybe, just maybe, because the pressure's still here. James, up close and personal, falls down into the sandwich. The flashbangs blinding everybody. Utility over top. Oh, and Alexi with the nade dunks it onto Buster. But this T side still alive and kicking. James has delivered more than one flashy shot. m0NESY right there deep in the connector box. Flit almost has his number. 45 seconds the time. The time will decide. But the deep utility, that's gonna be Flit's activation. And m0NESY's down, Hunter peeks, there's the trade, that's big. Remember, James, he's only on 44 health. There is a slow flank around the T-spawn, but for now, if he pushes forward, he could maybe shave off these 2 separate duels. The longer he waits, the less likely it feels like he can win this.
They're just hiding. They're just playing for info right now. They don't want to fight James whatsoever.
I mean, that CT swing. Oh my God! Alexi just gave it to him! And now we've got this bomb plant. James, he's pinned into the cover, but he got that kill fast enough that the flank didn't come around. Nico is on his heels. James is in the sight, and Nico's gonna end it with that USP, but holy hell. A golden ticket from Alexi B to a bomb plant at the very least.
Wow, we're getting close on this one here. Like Flick getting a kill. You can see it well where he gets to. This is it. The flash just has come in right into the face of m0NESY there and still gets the kill. James looking hot. Flit is looking great as well. 2020, we're all tied up. And they just held it with the line there. The util, the constant flashes, they couldn't push forward. They couldn't take any space. Here it is on the jump. Oh my God.
God, it's like he predicted that.
Okay, well.
It's like James caressed his crystal ball and just knew that jump was coming.
That round, they threw that deep cat smoke that we've seen, and they didn't take the space off of it. It did exactly what they wanted in terms of herding the CTs into position, but unable to convert the rounds here. Back into playing more of a default spread. 5 fingers of this fist almost sent out on their own to find any damage they can. And the damage is coming in Nico's way, starting to activate late. Look, if he shows up now and they win the game.
And that's all that matters. That'll be m0NESY proving the doubters. And Nico enjoying a carry for once. Huge opening kill for G2. Flit. He has been the jackknife of this game. But he gets past that frag. A minute here to play. He is within all of these CTs, and that's an easy pickup for the likes of Nico. 3v5 and pressure only on this A site. It's all they have. And now Nico decides to deliver. A trio of frags already on this op. And a frag grenade as a warning sign to Buster. Come get some. Flash bounces off the stairs. Yakinder and Buster, they're gonna have to bring it all back, but there's Jackson attack. Oh, and a second through that smoke. They read them like a book. And G2 CT side, at least that's where they seem to succeed. 21 rounds for the G2 team.
It's the third time they've been here. Just one more round required. The third time they've been here. And VP, they're hard to put away. They have to be one of the hardest teams in all of Counter-Strike to put away. They're never giving up right here. And well, remember Kickit? Remember what he did with that Tech 9 to get us into this madness? Let's see what they have to offer right here. Backs against the wall. VP could push us to triple overtime in the first map in the arena in the Sputnik in 2 years.
Oh, and James, of course. There it is, opening kill for him, m0NESY down. But m0NESY has been that key piece this entire freaking game. And we finally got a flash in the pan from Nico. So if he's the first man out, like Nico was all the while that m0NESY was succeeding, then this is their chance to prove that 4v5s don't mean anything. But Nico also just gets cracked back by Kickert. And maybe it's gonna be Jax to shine. He's got this position, quick on Palace, 2 headshots from Jax. That could just be enough.
Look at Alexi's position. Hold up. James going back. Alexi might hear this. He might hear the footsteps. He's looking the wrong way.
Oh, he's worried about the underpass. That could have been something, but instead, it's just James drawn to the flame of Yakinder, who looks to set this B site on fire. Alexi still has a chance to shave players off of this, but everybody's obviously being so cautious because it's the map win on the line, or triple OT, assuming this post plant works out for them. Alexi's been non-spotted, but now they know he's standing here in the open, and Hunter also just got confirmed. So VP, with all of the information, they just need to lock this down. They need to anchor this B bomb site under the pressure of the utility from G2. Hunter can't seem to find his opening. And that bomb, the biggest issue. Halfway gone, a quick headshot in from Hunter as he looks to attack that bench. It's Kickert back in from the apartments, and Alexi needs his clutch. Yakinder's on this close left position. Alexi just drawn between 2 different angles, and down he goes. Not 1, not 2, but 3 overtimes needed in this opening map. And we all have to sit back and take a breath. We need to wait as this barn burner continues after the break.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I walk dust still comes. Keep on hunting for the bread, no matter how lost. Need no light, no spark, I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother. Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey, no matter how lost. Need no light, no spark, I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother.
Feels like a little bit of deja vu. Not once, not twice, 3 OTs needed, and you know, at this point, maybe 4. It just feels like virtus.pro are unkillable. G2 cannot put an end to this.
Yeah, they're fighting tooth and nail. They're fighting tooth and nail for this one. They're not relenting, they're not giving up. But is 3 the magic number? Let's find out. And what's the playbook gonna have in store?
You know, if this entire event was just meant to get m0NESY some big stage experience, well, I mean, he's barely, or rather almost played 2 entire games of Mirage at this point.
Favorite map, I think.
Yeah, we'll continue on. But the big question is obviously still going to be G2's T side.
Well, they have brought at least NiKo back onto the rifle. The AWP's been left at the wayside. We'll see if it rears its ugly head as we move forward within around, I don't know what we're up to at this point. 43? Yeah, maths is simple. We can take a bit of a breather because VP, they're not out the gates hot here. Was G2 used a lot of utility over towards mid to grab that space, and you can see how they're deciding to operate now. Radar top left of your screen. They're in the darkness as far as middle avenue goes, hedging their bets, and we've seen them try this time and time again to mix success.
Just trying to pry some kind of a reaction out of G2, but nothing. It's a dead silent mid play from G2. And their pieces aren't even moving. I feel like they've already got what they want. That forward extension on the A site.
It just puts so much pressure on the individuals here. One and done is not enough. They need to trade efficiently right now.
NiKo with 50 ADR, 42 rounds deep. Not what anybody would have expected coming into this map. m0NESY gonna deliver though, as he has every step of the way. He's gonna miss that third one, but he's already sent a shiver down the spine of VP. They will still take NiKo over his shoulder, but they don't know about Jax. Oh, and James gonna lose that fight up close. m0NESY though, he died in the meantime. Alexis rotates good, and Yakinder, well, can he be better? Not with that amount of time. He is done for. He is sent packing into the next one, and that delivery, you said it, one and done is not enough. m0NESY gives us a double.
That's the thing right there. If they trade out, that's where VP are really good, right? They get into those gritty situations. They'll grind you down. They'll make sure that the rotator's coming in. They don't have the space to work with, and this is huge. I can't speak enough praise about this kid and what we've seen so far today. Sure, as it is mounted and we've got closer and closer to getting him across the line, he hasn't shown up with impact, but without him, there is no way in the world G2 would be currently sitting in the position they are. He has stepped up massively here today. It's bought time for the other individuals, the experienced players of G2, major grand finalists of G2, to get things underway. Double AWP back out here. NiKo's had some impact with it.
He's in a good position, but Flit, I mean, he's gotten so many opening kills. Gets away from it. Both of the Oppers going hunting for this player locked in, but I mean, Yakinder, is he gonna get support? We've got Kickert also deep with flashbangs. Oh, but he goes for the dry peek. m0NESY's gonna punish that every day of the week. And all the while, we still have Nico postured on his op as well. What is this kid made of?
2 more kills. Surely this has stifled them again. What are they meant to do? No space, no ground, time, a minute, sure. But they're battered and bruised. Monacy, he sent them packing.
Jack's gonna look to go on the offense, maybe. I mean, he is entirely surrounded, but he also has tons of support. With all these G2 pieces on this A site, you would think it is enough. And of course, Monacy, with his 40th kill of this map, is now missing shots. He's under pressure, and he's wounded as well. It's only fit, and he hits it. Monacy with a 4K in the triple overtime. He said that he's giving runway to his teammates, but he is the jet taking off, leaps and bounds above his teammates. The dry peat made easy, this kicker punish, done. And then all of a sudden he's over towards Ticket. You can't avoid him. A shoulder peek from Jane. And what's crazy enough, Chad, is that in every one of those moments, like the Palace peek, I'm almost expecting him to hit it.
Yeah, it almost feels like a foregone conclusion when this kid's got the big green out. But here we go, VP, they need something to take into the second half of OT number 3 here. They cannot be blanked, they cannot be stopped. The momentum, it's running out.
Jack's on the front end, utility thrown over top. He's gonna hear this, he's gonna run away. And he tries to create a little bit of space for himself. He does find Sanctuary. But where are his Guardian Angels?
Heard that.
Rotates. He doesn't take anybody despite great damage. That is still something for VP. The bomb needs to cross. And a Molotov thrown forward from Connector. Hunter looking for his timing. Utility pressure here keeps them off of peeking into the planter. Flit, his attention drawn between 2 CTs. A nade destined for Nico. Almost finishes him, but the bullet will. And when they absolutely needed something, they're on the cusp of taking away at least 1 round on this T side in triple OT, 3v5. Bomb halfway gone. And it's Alexi B on the front run of it all. Monacy's gonna give that cover. Then Alexi delivers another frag. James also dead. And Kid G2, the clean sweep on the CT side. 3v5.
How do they get back into that? They just battled their way through. Monacy's kill there to bail Alexi out. It bought him space, it bought him time. This was the one. Alexi's getting swung on from Shadow here. Oh. He saved the day. The impact again, they mop up the mess, and Hunter's here. Just one more round now, just one more T-side round here for G2, and this is where the woes have come through. That is a huge clean sweep on the CT side. It's the first time the tides have changed in OT.
Massive. We've seen G2 with 3 chances to end this game. We haven't seen them with 3 chances in 1 overtime. Enough is enough. They have to end this. But Yakinder and virtus.pro in their entirety, they fight every step. And he's gonna go back at it. Off of that second flash, he's confirmed 2 players pinned into Tetris. And technically the CTs could just peek and sweep them away. Sure enough, Yakinder's delivering yet again. And as he tucks his head downwards, Nico can't pop it, leaving Alexi B to try and jackknife in through middle. The bomb at the very least is left, and does that mean that Alexi needs to commit to this? He's got Flit on the other end of the smoke. Down he goes. Now virtus.pro CT side starts to soar.
Flit has been amazing throughout. The conversation has been about Monacy here and his impact so far, but Flit, what a monster this guy has been, the newest addition to VP. They made that chance, they made that call before the major, and well, I think we're seeing what he really has right now. 39 for him, a massive performance, constantly finding himself in the impact here, but a 2-on-5 situation.
Yeah, these are the stars though, Chad. And if they're not gonna take a round with them, well, maybe they'll just give us some highlights. James been posted on this angle a long time. Let that be the warning sign. It's not gonna be free, kid. More damage done as he tries to set up Nico to exit from that ramp, and sure enough, Buster keeps it clean. Confirmation on Nico, shut down by James, and virtus.pro not blown out entirely in this third OT.
You could see that there from G2. They didn't want to go towards the mid hijinks, right? We've seen it a lot throughout this game, where when they've gone towards mid, that perfect pop flash coming over for Flit, he steps out, he finds a kill, he's got Buster there on Cat. But this time around, it's Yakinder on the A defense, and we're starting to see some real common themes. Every time they get congregated, it turns into a bit of a car crash over towards Tetris. They can't get the space they're looking for, and those are the type of fights Yakinder wants to take. They flash for Yakinder, they set him up, but here we go again. It is just 1 round necessary here for G2. Just 1, that's all they need. Look at Flit's awareness, just the way he plays around this connector position through the smokes, dodging, weaving, bobbing. He's never giving himself up in a position where he can go down.
He's been such a troublemaker in that bottom connector. From the very first round, it felt like Buster was just kicking them back in mid every single time. But a concentrated effort towards this B site could be what they need. An indicator of the presence. James, nice first shot, and look at that accumulated damage. This just primes the M4 perfectly. Kicker, you land a couple headshots, and you've got G2 on the cusp of a fourth OT. 2v5 between Alexi and m0NESY. m0NESY is waiting for his chance to strike as Alexi alleviates a little bit of pressure from G2 and puts it onto Jane. A 2 versus 5 turned into the 2v2. No way! It's only Flit left over. Oh, that is ridiculous! This kid white hot, the supernova of G.